What? I said, are you ready? Yeah! Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. Too sweet to be sour.
This is going to be a slobber knocker.
Welcome to The Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to The Grill Out. We had a little bit of a sabbatical. Episode 20, I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, Trailer Park Jeff Petty. We're going with Hollywood, ultimately. And joining me is one of my illustrious co-hosts.
Yes.
Josh Cole, Bebe.
Is it episode 20?
Yeah, it's episode 20.
Okay, we've had a couple weeks off. I'm like, where are we at?
Yeah, the last time we uploaded was December 17th.
Yeah.
So we took a week off for the holidays and stuff like that. And I'll fully admit I got sick. Yeah. Right after the holidays, and there was no way we could have come in here and done another episode. Yeah. In fact, actually, I was not on the air for anything that weekend. I was pulled off of everything. Yeah. So, in case, just speculation, the vid got me the COVID. Just going to say that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, my. Also, big announcement as far as predictions go. I'm finally won a prediction. Yes. We closed the year out. I was like, man, we're going to close the year out. I am not going to win a single set of predictions. And lo and behold, I got it. And it was the bonus that got that was the difference maker.
The devil says you're welcome.
Yes. Exact. Tell your cousin, Adam Cole, I appreciate that.
I should have went with my original choice, but they swerved me. I thought the foot injury was legit, which it is. Yeah. But I thought the Devil's Masterman was the Kingdom, which it was. So I had my mind in the right place, but I guessed the wrong person.
Oh yeah, I honestly, the fact that everybody kind of knew it was Adam Cole, and then they kind of got him off the trail a little bit just to reveal that it is actually Adam Cole. I thought it was good. Yeah. Even though, from what I'm gathering, I didn't watch. Well, I did. I actually did watch World's End. I forgot. I had a chance to actually watch it while I was off. I completely forgot about that. It was an okay show. It was. But I did. I enjoyed that Adam Cole is the devil for more reasons than one, because I now have the championship belt in front of me. Also, first order of business as your new predictions champion, I'm going to change the name. It's going to be now the Grill Out World Heavyweight Predictions Champion.
Oh my!
Yeah, so we're just going to. I have a toy. It's a toy belt of the big gold belt in front of me. That's what we've been using. And we're just going to change wrestling champion on here to predictions champion. So world heavyweight predictions champion. We're not going to have weight divisions. That would be wrong. Anyway, just to jump right into it, since you are the belt collector, the belt expert, our belt expert, TNA has announced that they will be unveiling new wrestling belts pretty much leading up to Hard to Kill this coming Saturday.
Now we can call them TNA again now.
Yes, they are officially TNA again. Impact is out the door. Is their show still going to be called Impact?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what it was before.
Yeah, it was TNA Impact. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense. So we're actually going to talk about this one here shortly. Today at 1 o'clock, which was about an hour and a half ago, they unveiled the new X Divisions title. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, they're going to unveil the new World Tag titles. The day after that at 1 o'clock, all these are going to be at 1, except for the last one. A new digital media title is going to be unveiled January 10th, which I'm surprised that they're doing this one this early and not at the pay-per-view. Yeah. It's going to be the world title, and the day after that, the Knockouts world title, and then the last day on the 13th, which is when Hard to Kill is going to happen, they will unveil the new Knockouts World Tag Titles.
At the Premium Live event.
At the Premium Live event. Yeah. Yes, they're calling them Premium Live events.
Yeah.
But apparently they're not going to I think that's more of an Endeavor thing than it is a WWE thing.
Maybe. But then again, if it is Endeavor, will UFC events start being called premium live events?
That would be an interesting interesting way to go about it. But then again, UFC still relies heavily on pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. Like I think their pay-per-views now are like $70.
That's crazy.
Yeah, $70 or $80, like something like that. Like they're pretty much getting close to where boxing pay-per-views are, which I think depending on the card, they can range anywhere from like $90 to $120 just for one show. Yeah. Like I don't know about that, but I don't know. They may stay there, but who knows? Anyway, I want to know. Did you look at the X Division title?
It looks good.
It does. Okay, so you're giving a thumbs up to it.
Giving a thumbs up. I will say the world title, I'm hoping they kind of go back to the original. Not necessarily exactly the original, but something like the original TNA World Heavyweight Championship from 2007, I think it was.
The one that had like, what was it, like 4 side plates? It had like it had the little oval ones on the side.
I think there might have been more squarish, but the center plate, it was almost like the winged eagle, had the eagle's wings kind of coming off it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we are thinking about the same one. Mm-hmm. But okay, well, we'll see. I mean, that's going to be on January 10th. Yeah. So this week, what, Wednesday at 1:00?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, next weekend, next episode, we'll get your full, opinion on all of the new titles coming in. Which, real quick, speaking of new titles, I know you've already told Jason and I about it, but what is your thoughts on the new AEW World title? I'm just throwing this out there real quick.
The alleged one.
Yeah.
It's not completely official yet. I don't think so. Unless I missed Samoa Joe having it on Wednesday. Did he have it on Wednesday?
No, he wasn't at Dynamite Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Which is strange. You crown a new world champion, and he's not at the first show afterwards.
I guess for those that don't know, it mostly looks the same, but the logo on the center is going to be more of a block logo instead of like an unbordered logo.
Yeah.
It'll have black around it. And then the side plates, they're actually making them kind of like WWE's with the custom side plates in the middle. You can replace the middle with the logo, which is weird because they already have a nameplate on the belt and still have a nameplate on this alleged new design. I like the logo, the way it looked on the current one better. I think it blends in better than with the belt. The other one, this newer one, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it just kind of looks like it's slapped on there in a way.
Yeah. It almost like somebody like created the belt and like a creator wrestler type deal on 2K.
Yeah. I don't necessarily mind the custom side plates. I just find them weird since they still have a nameplate there. Other than that, I mean, I'm glad they're not going drastically different. Yeah, because that original title looks really good.
We'll see this Wednesday. Hopefully Samoa Joe is on this Wednesday's Dynamite. I say
he will be.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a thing for it.
They may have been like, hey, we're going to put the belt on you, but we'll give you a week off.
They've already kind of had a teaser, I guess you could say, because they gave a custom belt to the Tigers at the Gator Bowl.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the new logo on it, though. But it did have the custom side plates.
Yeah, which, I'm sorry, in a way, that's very WWE-ish. Yeah, like it very much is. But then again, I mean, the Kahn family owns an NFL franchise along with other stuff, so I guess it kind of makes business sense.
Yeah.
So I got
to get that brand out there.
Yeah, you got to get the brand out there. Just moving on to that. Everybody's favorite person in WWE.
Well, we could mention about the Continental Championship.
Oh, what the new
the belt for it? We actually saw it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, go ahead.
It's not bad.
Honestly, I kind of forgot. I'm sorry.
It's fun. I mean, it's not bad. It's kind of plain, but I guess it's fine for what it is.
Yeah. But, I mean, I saw a lot of people. I was kind of happy that Eddie won.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, it's 2020. When looking at the tournament, it was very much centered a little bit around him, especially with
him and Bryan Danielson. It seemed like I went with John Moxley on there because I just felt like he's very much a company guy there, someone that they can heavily rely on. It felt like a way to almost thank him if they made him champion on that.
Yeah, maybe I get that point of view, but maybe they were like, where he has had to come in a few different times and clean up messes. Like, hey, we'll let you just kind of go do what you want to do, because he did have to go to Wrestle Kingdom. After that, he had the triple threat match with David Finlay and Will Ospreay for their new global championship.
Yeah, that actually looks good.
Yes,
although I'm confused why they did so soon, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know why they're saying global.
That's just another word for world or intercontinental.
Yeah, like if it very much looks like the old intercontinental belt. They should have just put intercontinental on there. Yeah, like I didn't get a chance to watch Wrestle Kingdom like I said I was going to. I did not take the time off. I went to work like a good little soldier.
Yeah.
I wanted to, though. Yeah. I really wanted to stay up and watch it. But
one comment on the Continental. It looks like we got some clarification, because it seemed like they were going to retire the strong open weight and the ROH world. That does not seem to be the case, because I don't remember who it was, but someone in New Japan challenged Eddie just for the strong open weight. So I guess they're going to be defended separately and together, depending on the circumstances.
That's going to be a lot of booking.
Yeah.
That's going to be too much booking if you think about it. And on top of that, like it very much was like it was a fanboy moment. It was a mark out moment for Eddie Kingston, because his favorite wrestler is Toshiaki Kawada, and in the Triple Crown Championship and All Japan and all that. Which Patrick, what is it? Dempsey? Is it what? William Regal's son.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he just challenged for the All Japan Triple Crown Championship, which from what I've heard was a good match.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's that. There's a lot of debuts this past week and new titles.
Yeah, Charlie Dempsey.
I wanted to say, why Patrick Dempsey's on Grey's Anatomy. I've lost my mind. Okay, but no, yes, the Global Championship. It very much does look like the Intercontinental title. They should have just put Intercontinental title on it. Like it just. That's my.
It was just the combining of what the United States and Will Ospreay's United Kingdom that didn't actually exist technically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Intercontinental title was absorbed with the heavyweight title creating the world title.
Yeah.
Which I understand that point of view, but I don't know.
Something I don't know yet, because I haven't looked into it. Does this global championship follow the lineage of the United States title, or is it a new title?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be worth a Google.
Yeah.
If you want to Google it real quick over there. I can move on to the next story, because I just want to talk about this because it's everybody's favorite TV director.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of the reasons why I don't watch WWE, because of the way he directs television. Kevin Dunn leaves WWE. So this is coming from PW Insider. On December 31st, they learned that longtime WWE executive producer Kevin Dunn had given notice to the company and would be leaving after more than 30 years with them. Nick Kahn later, you can tell we haven't been here for a couple weeks. Nick Kahn later confirmed Dunn's departure in a company email, and production changes have already been evident as of the Day 1 edition of Monday Night Raw. Continuing, the report states that despite Dunn receiving public praise after his exit, there is a growing belief within the company that the longtime executive felt disrespected after Vince McMahon was removed from creative power and Triple H took control. It's no secret that Dunn has always been a, quote, Vince McMahon guy. So Kevin Dunn is gone.
Yep.
I cannot remember the name of the gentleman who has taken his place. But as long as there's no crash zoom ins and zoom outs, I'm okay. Yeah. I can probably start watching it again.
Yeah. I won't lie. I never really noticed them that much until people started pointing them out. Then I started noticing. I was like, yeah, this is kind of
bad. It's honestly, I get that.
Yeah.
But where my background in production and stuff, I started picking up on it quicker, and I hated it. In fact, that's part of the reason why I did not watch Ring of Honor before before Tony Khan bought it.
Yeah.
Because I just did not like the way it was produced. It was just hard to follow the storylines for me. The only time I would really tune in is to watch the Elite. I was not that big of a fan. I just wasn't. I just didn't like the production for it. But that's me. But yeah, Kevin Dunn is he's gone.
Yep.
So everybody is rejoicing, including Jim Cornette probably. And all I can hear in my head right now is Jim Cornette calling him a Bucky Beaver teeth. You know what? I'm not going to say it. We like to keep it clean on this show.
Ha.
So, yeah. Kevin Dunn's gone.
Yep.
Moving on.
To interject real quick, the Global Championship is a brand new championship.
Okay.
So the United States title, it's done. Had an almost 7-year run.
Wow. The sad thing is I remember when that title was first introduced.
Yeah.
I watched that tournament. I made steaks at my house watching that tournament on my brother's birthday. Because I was like, yeah, Kenny's getting it. And he did.
Yeah.
Greatest United States heavyweight champion ever. Moving on. WWE looking for Japanese allies. This is coming from F4W Online. Paul Levesque, Triple H, and perhaps Nick Kahn are looking at Japanese allies going forward with the Step 1 with All Japan this past week. The Charlie Dempsey match for the Triple Crown Championship against Katsuhiko Nakajima. And they are also looking for a women's group to ally with as well. There has been talk internally of them trying to make another go with New Japan now that Hiroshi Tanahashi is president, with AEW having Forbidden Door, which has been a major success for both sides the past 2 years. That would be a key factor in play for continuing the relationship with AEW. Plus, AEW allows its top stars to go to major New Japan events, both in the U.S. and Japan, which is pretty evident with, Wrestle Kingdom just happening and Bryan Danielson being over there taking on Kazuchika Okada and what we just mentioned about Jon Moxley. And that quote that I just said came from Dave Meltzer, everybody's favorite wrestling journalist.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to go with New Japan. And I don't want to dive too far into this because I'm going to touch more on it in the middle segment. But I can see them definitely having a Japanese ally.
Yeah.
And I like it that Triple H and WWE is now looking to share talent.
Yeah.
To act like they're not the only ones in town.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well, in the past, even before AEW came along, they seemed to be okay with Japan. For example, titles. They would never acknowledge, say, TNA, but they acknowledge New Japan.
That's
like
true.
The IWGP titles.
Yeah, because then they did mention that AJ Styles was a former IWGP champion.
I think they mentioned Brock as well.
Okay.
And maybe Kurt, probably.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because technically both of them were IWGP champions. I mean, that does make sense because if you've noticed, Vince did have sort of a working relationship with New Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the times that even after Hogan signed with WWE with the WWF at the time, how many times he went over there to do tours with them.
Yeah.
Even after he won, what was it? Was it when he got the title off of Brett at WrestleMania 11 or 9? It was 9. The Caesar's Palace one.
Oh,
I think after that whole debacle, he did go over to New Japan, did a tour with them, and that's when he said that the WWF title was a toy, and said that the IWGP title was the main prize. Which that's great to say about your title. So yeah. Also, speaking of, just talking about WWE and, kind of encroaching on people's territories, this is the last story we'll have for this segment. Tony Khan addresses WWE speaking to Warner Brothers Discovery. This is coming straight from WrestleTalk.com. It's, in quotes, "It's part of sports. I think everybody discusses contracts and free agency and things of that nature. I think everybody's aware that everybody's going to talk to everybody in media this coming year. There will be certainly a lot of opportunities. We've had a great history with Warner Brothers Discovery and continue to produce great ratings. We'll be in a very good position next year." That's coming from Tony Khan. That is what he addressed with WWE allegedly having talks with Warner Brothers Discovery and all of this. We actually did talk about that the previous episode a couple weeks ago. So, Tony, it seems like with that quote, he's not that worried about it.
Yeah. I will say it's a better answer than a lot of answers he usually gives.
Yeah. Maybe it's because this one was actually with an interview and not a tweet.
Yeah.
Because, boy, does he like to tweet sometimes.
Well, even in interviews or in the media scrums, he'll direct the question somewhere else or just start promoting his own show somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
Or talk about how great his show is doing. I mean, he did say they're doing great here, but that was in just reference to their relationship, which is fine.
Yeah, which there's also, I mean, there is talks that maybe Warner Brothers Discovery will stick with AEW because it's cheaper to produce it than it would a WWE product. It's this year with everything that's going on, and not just in professional wrestling, just everything in general. It's going to be a very interesting year. We've already kind of seen that with all of the debuts. I mean, Nick Nemeth and Matt Riddle going over to New Japan, Deonna Purrazzo.
Nick Nemeth being formerly Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, formerly Dolph Ziggler. Deonna Purrazzo debuting in AEW on Dynamite this past week, along with the possibility that they are trying to sign Mercedes Moné. So we will see. We'll see. Actually, and this is the last thing I want to say. I wasn't going to touch base on this, but we got a couple minutes. The Iron Claw movie. I did get a chance to go see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
If you're going in wanting everything to be correct, go watch a documentary. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
I've heard people say they like it. I've heard people say they hated it. I'm kind of, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I lean more towards liking it. Ivy, my girlfriend, I mentioned on the program, she's a listener of the show. She went in completely blind and was not prepared for what was given to her. According to Kevin Von Erich, the way that they portrayed Fritz, which is, you watch it, you think it's kind of weird how he acts towards his kids. Apparently that is pretty accurate of how Fritz was towards his kids. I thought some of the acting was kind of off. I thought most of it was good.
I have seen the clips of Ric Flair.
Yeah. Everybody's losing their mind over that one.
Yeah.
And I get it. The guy doesn't look entirely like Flair.
Or sound like him.
Yeah, I 100% get that. But look, I mean, that's Zac Efron. That's not Kevin Von Erich. That's Zac Efron with Kevin Von Erich's haircut.
Yeah.
I was okay with the Flair character. Like when he cut a promo in there, and it really did come off like a Flair promo. To me, it did. I've watched enough of them that I'm like, okay, that kind of does. Like, and Ivy's sitting right beside me, and she's giggling a little bit at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how he is.
Yeah.
And it was kind of not to ruin a whole lot, but like right after a match that he had with Kevin, Flair walks into the locker room, and I can 100% see this. He walks in and he's like, okay, where can I go? And I will use the PG version. Where can I go to get messed up in this town? Talking about going out and drinking. Because if you know Flair, you know his history with drinking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he loves it. But listen, if you want it to be 100% accurate, there were a couple things that they should not have left out Chris Von Erich. I thought it was weird how they made it seem like that Kerry lost his leg right after winning the title. This is also a sort of an independent, production company. A24 is. Again, if you want an accurate depiction of the show, if you want of the story, go watch The Dark Side of the Ring. Go read the books. Go watch a documentary on it. They did take some liberties, but I don't think they took as many as people are making it out to be. I think people are just angry. They're just angry people.
Did you catch MJF's 10 seconds or whatever?
Yes, I did. I actually did. If you're not paying attention and you don't know what to look for, you will miss it. But I picked up on it right away. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, there's MJF. And I even leaned over to Ivy and I was like, hey, that's the fake Von Erich. She goes, what? I'm like, that's a whole story I'll tell you after this. Yeah. And there was a good bit of people in the movie theater as well. Like the theater was pretty well packed for it. So
allegedly, Chavo Guerrero said that the Guerrero family has been approached about doing a movie because of this movie.
I'm okay with that. I did share something on Facebook the other day of Pedro Pascal. And they're like, if they're going to do a movie on the Guerrero family, they need to have Pedro be Eddie.
Yeah.
I can see it, and he's a very good actor anyway. So I as an Eddie Guerrero fan, as a fan of the Guerrero family, I would be 100% down for that.
I'm just wondering how true that statement is coming from Chavo.
Yeah, Chavo has been all over the place a little bit here lately.
Did you see his tweet recently about the Wyatt family.
No, I didn't see that.
Apparently, so he's like, yeah, it's great that WWE's taking care of the Rotundas. He's like, they didn't do that with the Guerreros. After Eddie passed, it's like, I mean, they kept Vicky employed for however long.
Yeah,
so,
like
I think he's just bitter.
He probably is. Did they exploit it? Yeah, they kind of did. But yes, they did keep Vicky employed for quite a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, Chavo, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Anywho, we're going to move on. That's going to end this segment. When we come back, since we love to do predictions around here, we're going to go ahead and do our own predictions for the 2024 wrestling landscape. So
For the Ultimate Predictions Championship.
Yes. Stay tuned.
The Triple Crown.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out segment number 2. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, joined by Josh Cole.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to main event WrestleMania.
I mean, you know what? With as many predictions as you do have over there, it seems like it. There's a reason why Josh has won the predictions more than Jason and I have this year. Way more than I have. I'm holding on to this title with a death grip.
Yeah.
If I've got to, I'm going to use some heel tactics just to keep it.
Oh, my.
Okay, so since, it is the beginning of the new year, sort of, it's January 7th, but it's the beginning of the new year, and I thought, since we do predictions quite often on this show, that we would go ahead and do our own predictions for 2024. Just what we think is going to happen in this year of professional wrestling. So, you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I have 6. Jason has 6. Josh has 11.
Yeah.
So we might be staying on him a little bit. My first one is AEW goes back on the upswing. They start to, get back to form as the year progresses.
Yeah. I think they've gotten rid of a lot of issues, hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't think it's going to get back to where it was when they first, came out, when the show first debuted and everything. I don't think they're going to have that kind of reaction, but I think they are going to have a more positive year this year than they did last year. So, anywho, your first prediction?
CM Punk main events night 1 of WrestleMania and wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
All right.
Yeah.
Solid pick. And speaking of the okay, no. Main event's night 1, and which title does he win?
World Heavyweight.
World Heavyweight. So he wins it. Okay.
Over Seth. Assumedly Seth. Probably
yeah. Okay.
Seth.
I was gonna say okay. Well, Jason has one pretty much the same. He says CM Punk beats Seth Rollins after Punk wins the Rumble. So he's saying that Punk's going to win the Rumble, and he's going to go on to beat. He's going to choose Seth Rollins as his. As his title match, and he's going to beat him.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and give you my second one. TNA either becomes the second promotion, the second biggest promotion in the country, or they start they bridge that gap between them and AEW this upcoming year. I really think TNA is going to be the promotion to watch this year. I think I might actually watch some more TNA. Like, I might start following it a lot more.
I'm going to skip down my list because it kind of goes along that track. WWE works with TNA.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. WWE works with TNA. All right. Yeah. I like that one. Okay. Jason is saying that Cody's going to finish the story. He's going to win the title. So, and just to do 2 predictions for the price of 1, the way he's going to do this, Jason is basically saying he's going to win the Elimination Chamber.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah. Especially if the rumors are true that Rock is going to be he's going to face Roman at Elimination Chamber, and then it's going to be Cody at Mania. That kind of makes sense. But if Punk wins the Rumble, why are you going to go for the World Heavyweight title instead of the undisputed World Universal title, the Uwu Championship.
The story for him and Seth, the story there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there kind of is a story with him and Roman, but there's a lot more potential real life beef between him and Seth. I don't know if it's actual real, but they're portraying it as that.
Yeah, true. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's because the world heavyweight title, it still comes off like a consolation prize to me.
I don't necessarily see it that way, but in that regard, CM Punk could help elevate it. Okay. Not that Seth hasn't, but
that's true. That's very true.
But CM Punk has the bigger name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that.
And plus, Punk has been a former WWE champion already. That's a title he's never held.
True.
I mean, unless you want to be weird and say, "Oh, he's won those titles." No, that was a different world heavyweight.
Yeah. Even though I still think they should have followed the old lineage, but that's not here nor there. So just to go on to what you said about TNA working with WWE, I think WWE is going to start a partnership with Stardom. They're looking for a Joshi promotion. I don't think it's going to be Tokyo Joshi Pro. I think it is going to be Stardom because there's already sort of that. There's rumors that they are going to get that they're trying to sign Julia, who is with Stardom, and that's already kind of a way for them to get in there. So I think that may be a possibility.
To kind of piggyback off that, WWE does a premium live event in Japan.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Because they still have, let's see, there's still June. Oh, there are also Saudi shows to do as well. They still have a couple or so months left that they haven't scheduled shows yet for. So.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
It depends on how close it is to Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because maybe if it's, what if they do Survivor Series in Japan? Have they announced where Survivor Series is going to be?
Not yet. Let's see. So they haven't announced June. They have not. They technically have not announced SummerSlam, but that's been allegedly reported for Ohio, Cleveland, I think. Anyways, they haven't announced October, September, and November is Survivor Series, of course. But November is also beginning of November is usually Crown Jewel.
No, that's true.
They haven't done a major like Raw SmackDown one in December the past 2-3 years now.
And this year they're doing a show. They're doing their Saudi Arabia shows. Mm-hmm. They're going to do a show in Germany.
Mm-hmm. That's in August.
Yep, and
same weekend as All In. Wait, or All Out.
Yeah. And they are also going to do
France.
They're going to do France.
Backlash.
Oh yeah, France. Backlash is going to be in France. I was thinking Australia with Elimination Chamber. Wow, they got a lot of international shows.
And Money in the Bank was just announced for Toronto.
Oh, okay. It's still on the same continent. It's technically an international show.
Yeah.
Even though they've done plenty of shows in Canada.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of international shows next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason says that LA Knight becomes the U.S. champion.
I can see that.
Yes.
Because that was kind of a prediction I had when we were talking about Crown Jewel predictions.
That's true.
So I said he's going to lose to Roman, Logan Paul is going to win U.S. title, and then later LA Knight's going to be Logan Paul.
So does Knight take it off of Paul at Mania?
That was my thought. I wasn't sure if Paul would hold it that long, but that was my thought back at Crown Jewel.
Okay. All right.
That's not one of my predictions here, but that I guess I sort of already made that one before.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the archives. You can go back and listen.
Yeah.
Give us the numbers, please. We love you.
Especially that guy in Australia.
Yeah, the one guy in Australia who's so excited for Elimination Chamber to show up.
Yeah.
And he found a new cool podcast. We got international fans.
Yeah.
Book us. My next prediction. I've said on this program over and over that he is a top 10 performer in the world, and I stand by that, and I will continue to stand by that. Swerve Strickland becomes AEW World Champion this year.
I can see that. I didn't say world champion, but I said international champion.
Could be. Yeah. He gets gold this year.
Yeah.
You're saying international champion. I'm saying world champion.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A championship at least.
He becomes a champion. Because I mean, come on,
not a tag team championship. No offense to that.
No. He's already held the tag titles. He held it. Yeah, with Keith Lee.
Right. Yeah.
Swerve and Our Glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that tag team though. Swerve. He to me he becomes world champion.
To piggyback as well with world championship, I say Adam Cole will be world champion.
Okay,
so there's 2 of mine.
Okay, yeah, because we got to do a little catching up. You have 11 predictions. Yeah. Which is actually quite impressive, judging that we did take a couple minutes to throw some stuff together.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I already gave that for Jason. This is pretty much going to be his last one. He's saying that Braun Breaker comes up after WrestleMania. He gets a call up.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, we got one more. Oh. He put one more in there.
Oh my! I saw the first name. I didn't read the rest.
Oh,
we'll save that.
I'm gonna save that one. We'll give it. He's because Jason, he's off at an undisclosed location at the moment.
Yeah.
He had some other stuff to take care of. So this is what happens sometimes. He will text into the show and let us know what he thinks on certain subjects, such as this. Okay. My next prediction is going to be that WWE Raw changes nights. It's not going to be on Monday anymore.
Interesting.
What day? I don't know.
Yeah.
I maybe Thursday, maybe Wednesday. I don't see him doing Tuesday because of NXT, and I don't see him doing Friday because of SmackDown.
Well, what if SmackDown moves?
That's true. That's very true. Oh my. What if SmackDown goes to Monday?
That'd be so weird.
What if they? Yeah. What if they just we're just going to switch them? That would be weird. That'd be incredibly weird.
Monday Night SmackDown and Friday Night Raw.
That doesn't even sound right. Oh my goodness. Blasphemy. That does not sound right whatsoever. Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
It is. It's very interesting.
What number are you on?
I have one more after this.
I'm going to slap a couple together here.
That's fine. Because I got one more and Jason's got one more.
I should have threw this one on earlier when Jason said about Cody Rhodes, but I said Roman stays champion until at least SummerSlam. Or at least SummerSlam. So whenever Hogan's reign, he'll be, whenever that is. It's like around September or October, August, something.
So is it Hogan's like cumulative reigns, or is it like his first reign?
His first reign.
Okay.
It's like 1,400 days.
Okay.
And Roman is currently at 1,200 some.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was going to say, do you stop there? Keep going?
Well, if they want to get the Bruno, he has to hold it until like early 2028.
I don't see that happening. No. I mean, this right here, like, you can already kind of see, especially what happened on SmackDown this past Friday night. God, I hope it's not Monday night. This past Friday night, you can tell that, like, the character, the tribal chief himself, is starting to almost crack a little bit.
Yeah.
Because with that whole triple threat number one contenders match, and then and then with The Rock coming in and all of that. And actually, so I was watching Wrestle Talk, their review of it and everything, and pointing that out. And Pete Quinnell was like, "Well, that's out of character for Roman Reigns." I'm going through the comment section. This is what really got my brain thinking on this. Somebody commented, they're like, not necessarily, because anytime Roman's, like, his position is threatened, he starts to take drastic measures.
Yeah.
Like with how Sami Zayn was with, his popularity with the crowd and within the bloodline, all of that, and then Jay, like that's a possibility. I mean, we'll see. We will see. Anywho.
Also says that Sheamus wins the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay. Is Sheamus going through, like, contract negotiations right now?
Well, I know he's injured right now. And I think his contract is up soonish.
Okay. There's a lot of contract negotiations coming up. Actually, I think I'm going to add one more. But, okay. I'm going to go ahead and give you number 6. AEW does start to use their women's division more. Like, they really start to put more investment into it and start to shape it a lot better.
I saw an image recently on X that
it's Twitter.
It had like a picture of all of AEW's women's wrestlers. And including Deanna. There's a lot. They've really stacked it up.
Yeah, they have. Yes, I had I had a friend of mine who, he's a longtime wrestling fan. He sent me a picture of Deonna Purrazzo. He goes, "I have my new favorite women's wrestler now," and I'm like, "Yeah, she's awesome." Like Deonna Purrazzo is. They don't call her the virtuoso for no reason. And I also pointed out to him, I was like, AEW has a very, very stacked women's division. I think that they should use Abaddon way more than they do.
Yeah.
Look at what they've been doing with Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just like what we mentioned earlier in the program about the possibility of them signing Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks.
I have a prediction on that.
Okay, we'll get there. But yeah, so mine. I am going to have one more. I just thought of it, but yeah,
I just thought of one to tag on to what you just said.
Okay.
AEW finally introduces a women's tag team championship.
Oh,
the interesting thing about that is when they first, when Tony Khan was first talking about the women's championship, he said he had plans for a singles and a tag team championship. We got the singles, of course, but we still have not got the tag team championship yet.
That was when the TBS title came, wasn't it?
No, this was before Dynamite happened.
Oh,
this was back in like summer 2019.
Oh, so we're talking like in between the first Double or Nothing and Dynamite in October.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there were plans for a tag team title all the way back then.
I'm sure that Tony does have a lot of plans. Mm-hmm. I mean, he kind of did already have the plan set up for the trios titles.
Yeah.
I think the TBS title. I think having the TBS championship is a good thing because it's it puts them on the level playing field with the TNT title and also the network. They love having their brand on things. Yeah. So yeah. I think that AEW is going to have they're going to use their women's division way more this year. So, and you're saying that there's going to be a tag title.
Yeah.
Okay.
They already got a main and a singles or secondary. Might as well get a tag.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to add a bunch of new titles, you might as well add one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We also mentioned in the previous segment about TNA's world tag titles getting. I mean, the Knockouts world tag titles are getting a redo. So
yeah,
I mean, and TNA's had Knockouts world tag titles for a while.
Yeah, they have.
but out in U.S. wrestling promotions, I have to say TNA probably does have the best booked women's division. I mean, they've never been called Divas. They don't call them the women's division. They call it the Knockouts division. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think that the way they go about it is very unique. This will be Jason's last prediction for 2024 because he's such a Blazehead. He's saying that Bobby Blaze is going to be the Iron Man in the Royal Rumble. He's just throwing away that last prediction.
Yeah. It'd be great if you showed up.
It would be. I could imagine the text message now from Jason if Bobby Blaze is a surprise entrant into the Royal Rumble. Book it, Paul. You coward.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It goes right back to me. My last prediction, and I kind of saw a graphic for this, and again, I have not watched Wrestle Talk's predictions. I know that they do predictions at the beginning of every year. I have not watched them. I did see a graphic, though. I can kind of see this happening because it seems like he's not as happy there as he once was. I can see Drew McIntyre going over to AEW. I can just that's my last prediction. I can see him signing with the All Elite Wrestling.
Possibly,
it's a possibility.
Yeah. We were talking about Mercedes a second ago. I'm saying she might return to WWE as Sasha Banks.
Okay. By the end of the year?
By the end of the year.
Okay. All right. Is that your last prediction?
I got a couple of those.
Okay, no, go ahead, because I don't have any more. I gave 7. I think Jason gave 7 as well. So
I don't see this one happening, but it would be really awesome. Sting retires as TNT champion.
That would be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know how they would get there because that's in 2 months. Actually, less than 2 months, or maybe it's exactly 2 months. But
yeah, I mean that would be a nice send off for Sting because he did. like his popularity really came like in the mainstream culture of America came to be on TNT.
Yeah.
With Monday Nitro and whatnot.
All right, another one. WWE finally splits up the tag titles and introduces a trios title.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see Trips wanting to do that.
They got 2 more here.
Okay.
The Grill Out gets a big interview.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm actually trying to work on something. I am. I'm really trying to work on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, Jeff Jarrett. Double J, JEFF, JARRETT. We would like to interview you.
Yeah.
Also, and just I just thought of Prince Nana. That video you sent the other day of Prince Nana. So Prince Nana did wrestle in the WWF.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. He did a match against Steve Blackman. And he's been on our televisions this whole time.
Yeah.
And I had no idea.
Yeah, he was. I think he was in Ring of Honor for a bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Nana dance.
Yeah.
Okay. Is
I
that
have one final prediction?
one final one? Okay.
Someone in this room makes a professional wrestling debut. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep an eye on that last one. just going to put that out there. We're going to keep an eye on that. All right. So that's going to be all of our predictions for 2024 for the entirety of the wrestling landscape. We didn't just stick to just WWE. We didn't just stick to AEW or Japan or anything like that. That's what we do on this show. We like to spread it out. We like to spread the love. We like to talk about wrestling no matter what it is. Also, you know what? I will just add this into the next segment. It just popped in my head. But yeah, so we're just going to close this segment out. Again, this is our 2024 wrestling predictions for the wrestling landscape. We will revisit this in December. Mm-hmm. So probably the last show of the year, we'll go back and see how wrong or how right we actually were. So moving on. Got the last segment coming up. You can tell we haven't been in the studio for a couple of weeks. Off kilter a little bit. Coming up on this day in wrestling history and the main event. So stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last and final segment of the Grill Out. I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I am joined by Josh Cole. Baby!
Not the devil.
Not the devil. This is the angel. We have the angel.
Wait, it's not Bebe.
What? No, no. I am the champion. I am the champion. He's not here. I have christened you Baby again.
Rechristened.
Yes, I rechristened you, baby. I'm not. Nope. And I've also rechristened the name of this title. It is the Grill Out World Heavyweight Predictions Champion, and that is what I am at the moment. Precious. Anywho, precious. Okay. On this day in wrestling history. Production purposes. I'm sure some people are listening to that. Like, what is he talking about? I'm not just the host of this show. I'm also the producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that one. Anyway,
he's doing some flashy signs when he says that and like pointing at things and saying, "Hey, do that thing."
Yeah, you know what? I don't think we need a producer. I really don't. I've kind of talked a little bit about it.
That's right, Kevin.
Kevin Dunn. We don't need you. We don't need no crash camera angles. That makes me sick. I actually might start watching WWE now because your production's a little better. Yeah, just putting that out there. On this day in wrestling history, January 7th, 1966, because I like to go old school sometimes. In St. Louis, Missouri, Gene Knitsky defeated Lou Thez to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship and go on to hold the title for the next 3 years. Not Gene Snitsky.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Gene Snitsky. Gene Knitsky.
Yeah, I don't think Gene Knitsky kicked babies.
Yeah, no, he didn't. And it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Which, real quick, like, speaking of Gene Snitsky, they did do, like, I saw an interview. He's got, like, a giant beard now.
Yeah, he had a small cameo on, I think it was Raw, like, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was backstage. It might not have been on the actual broadcast. It might have been one of their little social media things.
Oh, like on the WWE.com stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might have been that, but yeah.
Apparently, like, people can still tell it's him, even though he's got a giant beard now. And he said the reason for is because of his eyes. Like, he says that everybody can point him out because of his eyes, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Moving on, January 7th, 2001. This one's kind of sad. ECW held guilty as charged at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. Due to financial difficulties, this would be the last televised event ever held by the company, as they would ultimately go bankrupt 2 months later. On the card, the Sandman defeated both Steve Corino and Justin Credible in a tables, ladders, chairs, and canes match to win the ECW World Heavyweight Championship before losing the belt to television champion Rhino in the main event later on in the evening.
That was totally the last ECW event ever. No, never came back. Nothing.
Yep. Nope. They nope. And speaking of the Hammerstein Ballroom, that is such a great pro wrestling venue.
Yeah.
Like, just
having the balconies looking, that's really cool.
Oh God, yes. Like, I just one of my favorite pay-per-views to go back and watch is like ECW One Night Stand 2005, actually the first one that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, the Hammerstein Ballroom itself. There's a reason why GCW also ran a show there. It's just it's a great venue for professional wrestling. Moving on, last piece for this segment. January 7th, 2002, WWF Raw, Monday Night Raw, was held at Madison Square Garden, New York City. We're staying in New York City. The show would mark the return to the company for Triple H. He had been on the shelf with an injury since April 2001. His return as a babyface generated one of the biggest crowd reactions in Raw history. Also on the show, Spike Dudley and Taz won the WWF Tag Team Championships after beating Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
I remember that return.
That's it. Like, they even announced he was there. They it wasn't like he just came out of nowhere. Like, they were announcing it, and he still got that kind of reaction.
Yeah.
And then he went to WrestleMania 18 and had to follow Rock and Hogan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't win them all.
No.
But
he did win, though. I mean,
he did win. He did win. He won the undisputed title from the first ever undisputed champion, Chris Jericho, because we all know he loves to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I did not realize that was what, 22 years ago today? Wow. That's a while back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to our very last portion of the show, the main event, where we go ahead and we give you an update, give you a look at the week ahead for professional wrestling. As far as television goes, it's the same thing. As far as we know,
well,
there's no Monday Night SmackDown yet.
I will say Wednesday, Dynamite's their homecoming edition.
Okay,
because they're back in Daly's place for Jacksonville.
Okay, and that's honestly another good wrestling venue.
Yeah,
like, I don't know, the arenas are okay, the stadiums are spectacular, but there's just something about a small area just seems a little more intimate. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So yes, just what Josh said. Wednesday will be homecoming for NXT for AEW Dynamite.
I maybe Rampage. I'm not sure if that's going to be homecoming or not.
Maybe. I mean, if they're going to if they are going to tape it, it probably will be.
Yeah. The only time I know that they don't brand it exactly the same is when they do Blood and Guts. Dynamite's Blood and Guts and Rampage is Royal Rampage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. So Monday night will be Raw. Tuesday will be NXT. Wednesday will be AEW Dynamite Homecoming. Thursday will be Ring of Honor and TNA Wrestling, not Impact Wrestling. They are back to TNA now.
Actually, is the official name officially now? Because I know they originally said that it would go to TNA at Hard to Kill. So I don't know.
I mean, if they're already unveiling new titles, with the TNA name on it, I would say, I don't know. Everybody's been calling it TNA since the start of the new year.
Yeah.
So, if it is, it is. If it's not, I apologize.
Close enough.
Yeah. Friday will be SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday will be Collision. But also this Saturday, you have 3 different shows by 3 different promotions. You have, of course, TNA Hard to Kill, which is the first pay-per-view under the new TNA banner, PLE.
Yeah.
Because they're calling them premium live events now.
It's the first TNA PLE pay-per-view, whatever, since Bound for Glory in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was that when Matt Hardy and them were in TNA? I think. No.
It would have had to be because they were TNA World Tag Champs.
Yeah, and it was that following April when they returned back to WWE.
Yeah, and that 2017 is also when TNA became Impact.
Yeah, they went to Impact. Now they're back to TNA.
Yep. They're
back to where they need to be. Also, NWA Paranoia will be this Saturday. The main event that I know of, it's going to be a pretty much a death match between Matt Cardona and EC3 for the NWA World's Heavyweight title. And then New Japan will have their battle in the Valley this Saturday. They've already announced some matches for that. So I think they pretty well got all of them announced. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is your week ahead for professional wrestling. And the last thing I'm going to say, I was going to mention this in the previous segment, but All Star Wrestling, ASW, local promotion here, their Bash in Beckley. This is not until June 1st. Mm-hmm. Their Bash in Beckley is coming up this year in, like I said, on June 1st.
West Virginia's WrestleMania.
Yeah, and buddy, they have been stacking that card.
Yeah.
Like I think they had I know. Did they announce Chavo was going to be there?
I saw that.
Yeah. Chavo Guerrero is going to be there. I don't have the entire list in front of me, but I do know that they have.
Okay, that's the one.
Okay, so he's got all right.
This isn't all of them, but Dustin Rhodes will be there. Arn Anderson and his son Brock will be there.
Double A.
Yeah, current NWA champion EC3 will be there. We'll see if he's still NWA champion by that time.
That's true.
The current ASW champion Heath.
Yep.
Psycho Love, which is Angelina Love and Psycho Boy Fodder. Is that his name? Sure. I don't know who that guy is.
We'll go with that.
And Ricky Morton.
And also his son Kerry Morton's going to be there. Oh. So both Ricky and Kerry's going to be there.
Henry Godwin, whoever that guy is.
Yeah, the Godwins. From what was that? The New Era?
Stephen New, he'll be there. The wrestling's lawyer.
Pretty much, he is wrestling's lawyer.
Chavo Guerrero, he'll be there.
Yep.
Richard Holiday. A lot of people. Yeah, Kerry Morton, like you just said.
Yep. It's a stacked card, and I don't even think they've announced any matches yet. They've just announced who's going to be there, and I think also Appalachian Championship Wrestling is going to.
Yeah, I know they're a sponsor.
Yeah.
And they'll probably have some people too.
Yep.
Might see the franchise Shane Douglas. Who knows?
Maybe he does have a tendency to pop up in this area.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Go like the Facebook page. If you have any 2024 predictions for the world of professional wrestling, you can email us, thegrillout95@gmail.com. All of that will be in the description below.
And Facebook.
Yes, again, like the Facebook page. Comment on the Facebook page. Share what we put on the Facebook page. Interact with us. Yeah. Tell us that we suck. At least you're interacting.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else?
Suck. What?
All right, I'm cutting you off now. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, fellow wrestling fans. Have a good one.
Goodbye, and good night, bang!